broad-based, as they are today, they cannot garner 1 million votes and give Ruto. In fact, look at Ruto's pundits online. They're laughing. They're happy. If the person you're negotiating with is happy, Jagero, if the person you're negotiating with is already happy, what do you think you're going to negotiate with them? You don't want the deputy president? You don't want the president? What do you want? What does Oburu and team want? You tell me.
All right, hello there, people of the internet. My name is Edwin Sifuna, and this is Political Headache. We are coming to you live from the studios of Political Headache here in the capital city of Nairobi. Wherever you're watching us from, we are very excited. But also, the members of the fans of Sifuna are very unhappy this evening because Sifuna has been expelled officially by the ODM, Orange Democratic Party. So, many people are asking, how did Sifuna come here? I'm in the studio with the man with the knowledge, political pundit, political expert. So let's go to 2016. The removal of Ababu Namwamba as Secretary General of the Orange Democratic Movement followed months of internal warfare. Ababu had built an independent power base, controlled party communication, and challenged the authority of party leader Raila Odinga. Now, his expulsion closed a chapter in which the SG's office competed with the party leaders' center. Now, in 2017, there was a vacuum. After Ababu, ODM treated the SG position as a liability. The party leaned on lawyers, trusted operatives, and ad hoc committees. Disciplined, there was no charisma, became the priority. So what did this create? Mr. ODM, this created a space for technocrats rather than political celebrities. Enters Edwin Sifuna. So 2008, 2013, we have Sifuna getting into politics. Obviously, trained as trained as an advocate. He was a legal counsel in 2013-2017. He was appointed ODM Director of Legal Affairs. The role placed him at the center of election petitions, coalition disputes, and internal discipline. During this period, if you remember, he built trust with the party leader Raila Odinga, popularly known as Baba, because he handled high-risk legal files and media briefings. Now, in 2018, at 31, and this should make a lot of people very jealous, at 31,
yes,
he was appointed or elected ODM Secretary General. They say that ODM is the biggest party. Wanga today said that it's the biggest party south of Limpopo, north of River Nile.
South of Sahara, north of Limpopo.
The post gave Sifuna control over party administration, grassroots coordination, and the message discipline that followed the 2018 handshake. So 2019, 2021, there is national visibility through confrontation. 2022, we have a shift from party office to election power. Now, he vacated the SG. After that, he obviously he vacated the role and became the Nairobi senator and won. Okay?
Yeah.
But things started going haywire after the handshake with His Excellency the President, William Samoei Ruto. People saying that he disrespected, and now we want to go back and listen to what Atwoli and then him said after that happened. Mr. DJ Selector. DJ Selector. Yeah. Tunasikia ama tusikii?
10 bila break.
Nikasema, why is this young man contradicting the party leader? Kumbe sikujua ni nyinyi mko nyuma ya Sifu.
Wewe kama una maneno ya kusema, unaweza itwa huko useme mambo yako. Enda pia wewe ujieleze. Kama hauna namba ya Ivono Kwara, sema saa hii nikupatie. Hao watu akiwemo huyu baba Raila Amolo Odinga, siku ile wataniambia Sifuna, sasa wewe umeanza kuwa na maadili tofauti na chama, nitawaachilia hii kiti bila
Kama Sifuna ameongea, ako na haki ya kuongea.
Mimi sijasema ati mimi usiongee kwa chama namna hii. Sema hata kama unaona baba unafanya makosa, sema. Ndio ni mauti za chama.
Okay, so that is what has happened, Odhiambo.
Yeah.
We want to go to the statement that was said, but I don't know if you have something to say. Maybe I should welcome you. You know, it is late night. It is 7:50. Maybe I should welcome you and say something before we go to the statement. Did you? Yeah. Do you want us to listen?
Let's go to the statement.
Let us listen to the statement.
We are laying the context.
We are laying the context. Okay. We want to listen to the statement and then go to Oburu Odinga. I wish they could have played also Abdul Swamad.
Discipline and leadership. The NEC expressed grave concern over the rising levels of indiscipline within the party, particularly at the senior leadership level. The committee underscored that ODM is governed by its constitution, the rule of law, and collective decision-making through its duly constituted organs. Having deliberated on matters relating to the conduct of the Secretary General, Senator Edwin Sifuna, the NEC resolved to remove him from office with immediate effect in accordance with the party constitution and applicable laws. Effectively, the Deputy Secretary General, Honorable yours truly, Catherine Omanyo, will act in this position until a substantive holder of the position is elected. The NEC reaffirmed ODM's commitment to democratic governance, constitutionalism, social justice, and the pursuit for a broad-based, inclusive, and reform-oriented government that reflects the will and aspirations of the Kenyan people. Issued at Mombasa this 11th day of February 2026.
Thank you. Hakuna maswali.
This party is a party like a club. When you join a club, you have to obey the rules of that club. You cannot disobey the rules of the club and you continue to pride yourself that I am the party leader of ODM and yet I contradict everything that ODM is saying officially. If you have anything that you agree with or you disagree with, this is a forum for you as a NEC. Raise those issues here. Let members decide. But once the members have decided, if you are in minority, the minority will have their right to say and the majority will have their way. That is the principle of democracy. The minority have a right to say and the majority have their way. That is why you do elections. If you are in minority, you follow what the majority have decided. That is the cardinal principle of democracy, which I want our party to adhere to, and I'm very disappointed. Sometimes we just come here, we agree, and then when we go out, we say something else. I hope some of this...
All right, so people of the internet, you've heard that. Odhiambo Otieno, Sifuna surely should have seen this coming. He should have surely seen this coming.
Well, he saw it.
And so?
There was a strategy, it's expected. What Sifuna wanted, and which has come to pass, was for him to be made a political martyr. He is a martyr for the Gen Z, he's a martyr for the people, for the youth, he's a martyr of ODM, the people who stand for the ideals that Raila Odinga stood for. That is exactly what Sifuna wanted. Because in politics, when you're persecuted, your street index goes up very fast. Today, I can tell you, the spirit of defiance that Sifuna carried forth with him has been awakened across the nation. There's nothing strange about this.
Can you explain more about that?
Let me tell you something, Jagero. If you want to understand the politics of ODM, I want you to dissect it in the following manner. ODM has people who have taken over it, and these people, they've made a teen god. Remember when Israelites left Egypt and they were going back home, along the way, somebody went up called Moses to bring the 10 Commandments, or to talk to God, so to speak. As he went up to speak to God, some fellows down here said, Moses is taking too long, and it's God. We need something that we can see. We need a God we can worship here that we can see. And somebody came with a brilliant idea. Leteni pete na saa na nini hizo vitu mko nazo to smelt. So they smelted the ornaments and then made a tin god and told watoto wa Israeli ya kwamba huyu ndiye sa Mungu wetu ambaye tunamwona hapa.
Okay.
Tutamsifu. Okay? And in ODM the same thing has happened. That Raila, who was the true spirit and who was the true owner of the vision, okay, of ODM, passing, left ODM in a little
disarray.
Disarray. There's a term I wanted to use, but I remember it will be too huge. In disarray. And quickly, a coup was
What
organized.
is the word that you wanted to use?
Imbroglio. ODM is in imbroglio.
Imbroglio.
Yes, you can Google it and find what it means.
Imbroglio.
Yeah, it is a state of chaos.
A state of chaos.
Immense chaos. So ODM was left in that state of disarray and that state of imbroglio, where they don't know where to go. But in that moment, there's a very brilliant chap who sits in State House, who decided to organize ODM very fast. And he made sure that the NEC met. And in that meeting, the NEC nominated Oburu Oginga as the party leader. That is what we call the making of a teen god. Oburu Oginga is a teen god in ODM. He's not a natural god because Oburu Oginga, ever since he came into politics, has never won a nomination, leave alone an election.
Because there was no nomination.
Because he was living in the shadows of the brother.
So every time that there were a nomination was announced,
yes,
they would not.
There will be quasi-nominations.
Yeah.
It would be handed.
I hear he would be very sick and feeling cold.
And very cry. He would go crying to the party leader. My brother. You cannot give everybody and me, you will not give me. You must give me something. And Raila used to find a way of giving Oburu something. And Oburu was given something even in Yala. Can you imagine the level of impunity that Oburu carries with himself? Going to Iyala as a youth representative. Can you imagine? At his age.
When?
This is just recently, before this last election. He was in Iyala. You can't remember. Before he came back as a senator for Bondo, for Siaya.
As a youth representative?
As a youth representative. That's why he was always called the youth leader.
At 70-something?
Yes, at late 70s. Okay? So Buru has never fought for anything in his life. And then he was made a teen god. Because as you see him, he cannot fight for anything. Okay?
What did we melt in order to have Uburu?
We melted everything that we ought to have had, including the deputy party leaders, who are very strong. Abdul Somad Sharif is very strong and young. We had Wanga, a chairperson, at 43. Pretty young. You name it. We had all these people who were pretty young in the party. But their dreams were banned. And the order was taken away. Whatever is happening in ODM, there's a strong hand. There's a very strong hand. And I remember, let me reveal here, that immediately Jacom was buried. I wrote to Winnie Odinga. A very long text. And I told her, start making your way out. There's no respect that's going to be served to you in ODM.
What is the disrespect that you saw happening at ODM or to the family?
Ageism kicked in immediately. Ageism, where they tell you are young, you know nothing. It is your father we respected. We can't respect you. This is not a party for the Railas. This is a party for the people. Yes, it is true. It's a party for the people. And this lady did not say she was coming for anything. She had not even said anything. But you already were hearing undertones. And people were telling, were throwing barbs at her. Okay? And so, whatever they have done today is a beautiful thing. These people don't have a brain of their own. I want you to, that's the base I want you to operate from.
That there is a puppeteer.
There's a puppeteer in State House, Kenya. I'm not afraid to say it. That is fully in charge of the faculties of ODM.
If we are saying that there is this puppeteer in State House,
yes,
fair enough.
Yes.
But we have seen Sifuna, poking the beehive.
Yes.
for a long time.
Yes.
Always going there, face, naked face, poking the beehive, going into the lion's den.
Yes.
And the way big children can go and do something and then they run away, see if you can follow them.
Yes.
He has been doing that.
Yes.
So, do you want to tell me that State House has fattened him for slaughter?
If Raila was alive,
okay,
and if you remember what I said on this very podcast sometimes back, if Raila was alive, he would play this game until 2026 August, this year August. That is when a decision will be made on how they're going to move forward. Okay? And that decision most probably would have been that ODM was going to field a presidential candidate that was going to be Raila Odinga. And he would come third and play powerful in terms of determining who was going to be president. So this Sifuna faction, this other faction that is in broad-based, it was Raila's game because Orange Democratic Movement says that those who have a minority say will have their say, and those who have the majority way will have their way. He was very clear about that because there's nothing strange that Sifuna is saying that he was not saying then. He said he will never support Ruto. He said, when Raila was alive, he said that even if we go with Ruto to the election, Ruto will lose. He said when Raila was, there's nothing Sifuna was saying that is different. But now there's a strong hand because this is what these people are not seeing, Jagero. What these people are not seeing is that they're being ushered out. This is what's called the poisoned chalice strategy in politics. The poisoned chalice strategy in politics, I've told you this before. When you go to the Catholic Church, they have that beautiful chalice that the priest takes a sacrament and says before he died, he took this, gave his disciples and said, take this all of you. And then he drinks the wine, okay? Now that wine, initially when you went to Rome, kings would be invited, oppositionists would be invited, and would be welcomed with a poison chalice. Because a chalice is...
Was it really poison?
Yes, laced with poison. So you drink the wine, but in it, it's laced with poison. So when you leave, you're going to die. But you are not really poisoned in a hostile manner. You are welcome and given poison. And that is what this creaky crew in ODM is not understanding. And I sympathize with the level of numbness of their conscience that is bedeviling the party as current. Because these guys can't see that the party is being taken away from them very softly. Very softly. Because tell me, Jagero, from where you sit, do you think that this Omanyo,
she couldn't say the word constitutionalism.
She didn't go to school.
Is that so?
Where did she go to school? Have you ever heard of Omanyo until today? Who knows Omanyo? I don't even know where this lady comes from. She cannot even read. I mean, it is clear. The gentleman has played it. Even following a simple script. Penye umeandikiwa me, instead of mentioning your name, you say Honorable me. Okay? Can you tell me from where you sit that Omanyo,
okay,
Oburu Ginga, Abdul Samad Sharif, who else was there?
Wanga.
Wanga is a girl in the middle. I always make excuses for her because I sympathize with her. But she's a girl in the middle. But if she's truly deeply in it, then let me bundle her with them. And that whole team, do you think they carry the political vision of the nation today?
It would be hard to see the vision.
Because I would ask you, what is the direction that they're taking the ODM people to?
You see, that's a very difficult question. And I really can't answer it. First of all, I am not very clear on where Abdul Swamad is coming. I know he's the son of Nasir.
Yes.
Sarif.
Yes.
Nasir. Okay? I don't know his background clearly. I know Oburu is a doctor, but he's in his sunset years. I also know this girl called Omayo is interesting. Do you think that their hand was forced by the Constitution because she was the one deputizing Secretary General, Mr. Edwin Sifuna? So perhaps because they talked a lot about constitutionalism, they talked about the rule of law, they talked about a club that has got rules. Phones don't ring in clubs. so and so. You don't go into a club with your
round
shorts.
t-shirt.
Yes. So perhaps in the spirit of constitutionalism, they decided that let's obey the law. Let's not entrap ourselves by putting somebody else that then will create a lot of noise around it.
If they were brilliant, and if you are sure you want to negotiate in politics,
Okay.
you don't go in when you can be figured out. You don't go into a negotiation room when you can be figured out. And you don't negotiate at the terms of the person you want to negotiate with. You negotiate at your terms. That is why it's a very important strategy in politics to play good cop, bad cop.
What is playing good cop and bad cop in politics
In
actually
the same party, you have people who are supporting the regime. In the same party, you have people who are not supporting the regime. So when you go to the table, when you're negotiating, you're talking about how can we have your house in order? So it becomes a topic in the negotiation table. But here you are going with your hands tied behind your back.
You are all in agreement.
You are agreeable, absolutely. In which place do you negotiate with your hands tied behind your back?
So I'm supposing that Uhuru Odinga will go and tell Mr. Ruto that sasa unaona we have a problem with Sifuna, they want this and that. We have another problem with Babu Wino, they want this and that. So these are the things they want.
Yes.
If you cannot give us this one,
yes,
we can't go back and tell them we have
exactly, because you go and say vijana vijana katika chama
yes,
pia wako na watu wao. Sisi pia kama wazee tunapatiana tu guidance, but wale vijana wako na nini? Wako na watu, na sisi ni mtu moja. We are coming as one people. Do you understand? Because I can tell you, as I was counting for you, these guys cannot gather as they are. ODM as is today, the ODM broad-based, as they are today, they cannot garner 1 million votes and give Ruto. In fact, look at Ruto's pundits online. They're laughing. They're happy. If the person you're negotiating with is happy, Jagero, if the person you're negotiating with is already happy, what do you think you're going to negotiate with them? You don't want the deputy president? You don't want the president? What do you want? What does Oburu and team want? You tell me. There's nothing. These guys are very uninteresting. They don't want anything. I don't know.
Perhaps Abdul Swamad wants to retain his governorship. Perhaps Gladys Wanga wants to retain her position in Homa Bay. Perhaps, who else is there? Omayo is a women rep from Busia, right?
I don't even know.
Perhaps, no. I think you don't be too condescending to her.
No, I don't know.
There is no need. There is no need.
I don't know her. I've never heard of somebody
called Omayo. But you just said that she is not well read. She has not gone to school.
I'm asking because, if you cannot read, literacy is reading.
I see. So you're judging her from what you've just seen.
Yeah, literacy is reading and writing. If you cannot read and write, she cannot read. It was there. I don't know her. I don't have anything against her, but I don't know her.
Do you think that if they were supposed to go and negotiate with the president, Mr. Ruto, then you'd want them to have a very strong SG?
Yes, because Jagero, I'll repeat to you, when in the art of negotiation, in the science of argument, when you step up to go and negotiate, you don't go at a lower price. If, for example, the salary that you want in a negotiation is, you are earning 50, you want an increment of 20,000. You don't go and start by saying, I want 70,000. No, you go and say, I want 120,000. Because remember, you don't get what you deserve. That's what Oburu is forgetting in this negotiation thing. You don't get what you deserve. You will always get what you negotiate for. And in the negotiation, always remember that the other party wants to give you nothing. In any case, they want you to go back to your position or you disappear. And that is what Oburu is not seeing in his team. They are super obsessed, and I don't know what fear they have. I don't know whether it is, for example, these governors. Is it the fear of corruption? Is it the fear that the government has the instruments of coercion, will coerce them? I think so, if you ask me. I think so. There's some fear in these people. They're not negotiating from a point of power. They're negotiating from a point of weakness. Because if you're with Babu, if you're with Sifuna, if you're with that team, boy, oh boy, you get into the room, it's heavy. Guys will be like, okay, we have a problem. But you're getting into the room with you're saying, in fact, I want nothing. You just give me what you see. That's what I'm saying. Where Raila Odinga is lying tonight, he's rolling in his grave. He's rolling in his grave. Raila's soul is troubled. Raila's political soul is troubled. The family of Raila Odinga, those deep believers of Raila Odinga, are looking at what is happening and saying, oh no, not even 1 year after, this is what we have descended to. Because why did Raila maintain Sifuna? I want you to ask yourself that question. Do you think Raila was stupid to maintain Sifuna?
Was he his bargaining chip?
I can tell you and I repeat to you that Raila understood the art of political negotiation. You don't go in as a hostage.
Keep making noise.
Keep making noise. Keep demanding. Play opposition in government.
This is very interesting, Odiambo, because something is happening in Europe.
Yes.
Remember, Trump was trying to get Russia to the negotiating table.
Yes.
But the day before,
yes,
they were raining bombs in Kiev.
Yes.
So you are out until you are in.
You are out until you are in. Look at America and Iran, for example. America is saying, hey, niggas, we need to talk about your nuclear issue.
Yes.
And at that time, Abraham Lincoln, that big warship, is headed with a platoon towards Iran. They have positioned missiles around Iran. All the bases, all the Middle East bases have been vacated. They are ready for war. And then you negotiate, come to the table. That is how you negotiate. We don't negotiate by saying, we don't have a problem with the nuclear weapons.
What did you call it? The platoon or what did you call it?
The platoon.
The ship is
called.
Yes, one of them tumewacha huko.
You don't, bro. That is what this team of Creaky crew is so daft. I've never seen a daft political combo like the one that has expelled Sifuna.
Perhaps they are saying that in any case, we are not very interested in negotiation. Perhaps they're not.
That is what they're telling us. That is what they're not saying openly. But that is the truth. They're saying we are not interested in negotiation because we know our time is up. And I tell you and I repeat to you, I sympathize dearly with my sister, Gladys Wanga. She's been caught in the wrong place. And she needs to grow some balls and exit this crew. It's a sinking ship. She has over 30 years of politics ahead of her. Uburu cannot take her anywhere. Uburu cannot even threaten her with party ticket. Today, if Wanga walks out of that crew and joins this other crew, I can tell you in 2027, she will maintain a governor's seat in Homa Bay. But as things stand now, wait for Saturday. Wait for?
Saturday. What is happening on Saturday?
There will be another Linda Mwananchi. It is coming to Kajiado.
Oh, it's going to be rough.
Let me tell you, Oburu is a rocking chair. You know how a rocking chair behaves? Like this. A rocking chair keeps you busy, but takes you nowhere. That is Oburu Ginga. He's keeping people busy in ODM. He's taking them nowhere. Yeah.
So who is the young man? Who are the young people that are in this brigade?
There's nobody there. There's no value these guys are giving President Ruto. And President Ruto is very brilliant. He knows it. Remember, first of all, Degero, do you know that President Ruto has put a deadline for these guys? That by May 6th, we have to enter pre-election pact. By May 6th. Are you aware of that?
Why are they doing that?
Effectively collapsing the decision-making structure of ODM. So that by May is a few months away, if not 3 from today, ODM is buried fully. Then President Ruto starts negotiating with the boys. Oh, that is what will happen. Take it to the bank. That is what is going to happen.
You are in, there is no way out.
Which way out? If he's telling you conditions, first of all, can you sort those boys who are making noise? I can tell you, these boys are also having a back channel communication to the president.
Really?
I can assure you, if I'm wrong, I don't choose to be right. But I can tell you, post May 6th, President Ruto will want this other team, than the current team. Because the political value and political currency of Oburu and his team ends effective May 6th usiku saseta.
What will they be doing? What will they be doing out? When they go out, what will they be doing?
They will
be swallowed in the government completely.
Yes, of course.
Will there be ODM?
There will be something called a shell of ODM. My friend Raila is sad tonight. I can tell you. I can tell you. But you know something? You cannot really wipe out the orange color. The orange color, when it is broken, it breaks into reds. It breaks into red flowers. So many red flowers.
Who is calling you on your phone?
Nobody's,
Is it Ruto?
Nobody's calling me. Nobody's calling me. Why do you think it's Ruto? It's people who are commenting there. So, by the time May 6th usiku imefika, Ruto and political currency, ya Oburu and etc. done. Now he goes to the next level of negotiation. Ruto is always 10,000 steps ahead of these guys. And that is what these guys are not seeing tonight. Okay? They're not seeing it completely. So of course there's the major path.